Module 9, making it all sustainable, the execution imperative. Someone once said, strategy without execution is entertainment. And I strongly believe in that. There's need for strong execution. There's very need for strong execution. What is exactly is execution? The ability to see it through, ability to make it happen. Tim Lambert and his friend Tim Ohai and his friend Brian Lambert said execution means creating and implementing your plan for the full value experience. In other words, according to them, execution covers how you discover, position, and deliver your value. Years back, Larry Bossidy and Ram Charan also in their very beautiful book, The Discipline of Getting Things Done, define execution as a systematic process of rigorously discussing hows and whats, questioning, tenaciously following through, and ensuring accountability. Beautiful. Execution is just about making things happen. As Charan and Bossy said, tenaciously following through. So you have all the strategy, all the vision in the world, and you are not able to execute. You are not able to take your customers to that compelling place you want them to be. It's just going to amount to failure. So this winning through rival structure and flawless execution. You have this matrix here, and you have the right execution, the right strategy that just going to be in a state of flow instead of joy, and flow. Right execution, right strategy leads to joy. And of course, if you are wrong in execution, you are wrong strategy, you are dead. And in between, just having pain and then suboptimal performance. So it is very critical that you execute flawlessly. So, who are the people charged with execution? So, what we are talking about here are really leaders. I would say leaders are made, not born. Make yours. Many organizations have the notion that they can just go out there and poach, call it headhunting, and bring in people in their organizations to turn the organizations around. Of course, this happens and you have tremendous results. But I can assure you, the greatest companies are always manned and run by people involved in the company. Was Steve Jobs brought from outside to run Apple? Of course, Steve Jobs founded Apple. He was a co-founder of Apple. He was sacked from his company. He was brought back. So he knew the ins and outs. GE spent more than 35 years Jawel spent more than 35 years in GE. Microsoft. So it's not just enough for you to go out there and cherry pick the best brands and put in there, because the culture will not support. So your best bet is to make your leaders. Leadership is an institution charged with making things happen, with making things done, crystallizing vision, and actualizing the values of the company. It's values that leads to great execution. The anchor points of every company is the shared values. So make your leaders. If you want really things things to happen. You really want things to happen, make your own leaders. So leadership mantras may not help you. Everywhere you go, you see mantras. Some of them are written on the board. Create quotes about what Mahatma Gandhi said, what Nelson Mandela said, and what Abraham Lincoln said. All those may not help you. Look for strength within. The strength within is the inner core of your company. Remember all those other mantras about TQM, management by objective re-engineering. Look for strength within you. What are the core strengths of your company? What is the core strength of your company? The core strength of your company, your competitive, that will determine your competitive advantage. So these are the things. Even for a small company, what are the things that you can do so well that no other company can compete or can copy? This is your core strength. So whether you're the founder or you're an employed CEO, stop going up and down quoting mantras. Look for strength within your company. Look for the core strength that you have that will give you the competitive advantage, and focus on them, work on them, and bring them out. Let your people know the core strength of your company, and then you become unstoppable. So beware Harvard-trained managers masquerading as leaders. Beware Harvard-trained managers masquerading as leaders. Recruit right for sustainable growth. Recruitment is the beginning and end of it all. If you recruit right, you're likely to succeed. If you recruit wrong, you have frittered away your resources. So focus a lot on recruitment and onboarding. Proper orientation of their people, and getting them in the company and preparing their mind for what is expected of them. We use Harvard here as a metaphor for high qualification. There's nothing wrong with someone that has a PhD or MBA or and other higher qualifications, but don't be lulled into believing that high qualification equals high performance. High qualification may not necessarily translate to high performance. Beware resumes or curriculum vitae where the candidate claims he or she accomplished great feats all alone. No one accomplishes anything alone. Teams accomplish results. So while recruiting, try to really find out what has the candidate achieved before. What has he been? Which particular team has he been a member? Dig deep through competency-based interviewing techniques to find out what the candidates can do. So this is what we mean by we need to really recruit right. We need to recruit right. We need to pass people through proper onboarding, proper orientation, and ingrain in them the saving mindset your company has as part of its genetic code. Because we believe by now, customer centricity, being customer focused, would have been, having passed through all the modules 1 to 8, would have made customer service part of their genetic code by now. So, recruit right. Recruit right if you want to achieve. If you are a 1,000-man company, you should have 1,000 leaders. You should have 1,000 leaders. Train people in leadership techniques. Train them in leadership values. Train them in leadership to grow leaders. In fact, Jack Welch considered his core function, his core duty as training other leaders. And for Jack Welch to have been named the manager of the century is no small feat. He must have done 1 or 2 things right. So, train leader, that is the work of every person in your company should be a leader. That is what will lead you to the El Dorado of customer service. So, the best leaders have no titles. The best leaders have no titles. A few years back, Robin Sharma also came up with a book with the title The Leader that had no title. The Leader That Had No Title. That was the book by Robin Sharma some years back. Yes, as I've already mentioned, every company should grow leaders. A leader takes as someone once said that a leader takes people to where they want to go, but a great leader takes people to where they not necessarily want to go, but where they ought to be. Mother Teresa had no title. Okay, she was a mother superior, but she left indelible mark in this world. And within a few short years after her death, he was canonized as a saint in the Catholic Church. So you don't necessarily need to be a proclaimed leader in your organization, because the leader is just a position. But we're talking about every company taking it upon themselves, every company taking upon itself to grow leaders, making people understand the value they need, how important their jobs are. They should not just wait to be directed to do one thing or the other. They should take the necessary action, make things happen in their organizations. This is the path to sustainable growth. This is the path to greatness. So the leader that has no title, the leaders that have no titles, yes, you don't need to have a title to be a leader. So every company must approach customer service from this perspective, so that everybody knows it has a lot of role to play to take the organization to the highest level of customer service leadership. So leadership is not about vision, but results, of course. I can see you raise an eyebrow. Leadership is not about just a vision. Before the century of these, the decades of the 60s, over America will put a man on the moon was a vision. But without execution, do not forget, man landed on the moon in 1969. By that time, Kennedy had been dead for 6 years. So, it's not about just a vision. Vision, strategy without execution is just entertainment. So, add vim to your vision, add vim to your strategy. Let things happen. Follow through to enable you achieve the results. It's only leadership. Leadership is the institution that makes things happen. As the founding fathers of the quality movement, people like William Edward Deming, people like John Duran, people like Philip Crosby, Tom Peters, all have emphasized that quality, which we now use interchangeably with service excellence, begins in the boardroom, the top management, the leadership of the organization must make it happen. That is the only way quality will germinate and will be sustained and will grow and will become a great thing that everybody looks up to in your company. Without leadership, nothing will happen. So I join you to go out there and grow your leaders. If you are a 1,000 man company, you should have 1,000 leaders. That is the path to continuous improvement, to sustainable customer service